Welcome everyone to today's forum at the City Club of Cleveland. My name is Ralph Delarada and I have the privilege of presiding over the City Club this year. The City Club of Cleveland was originally established in 1912 to encourage new ideas and a free exchange of thought. We are the oldest continuous free-speaking forum in the United States, and we have a long and storied history of free speech exercised through public debate and discussion. Today, the City Club is an organization where its diverse members participate in wide-ranging, high-quality forums as well as enjoying great camaraderie. We are a civic center where the Cleveland community comes together each and every week to encounter and challenge important ideas. And lastly, we're an electronic forum open not only to our great nation, but to the world as a whole. Today is a fun day for me because it's a very special day. I get to introduce a longtime friend and former colleague, but I also have the opportunity to have someone else give the introduction today. And this is a young man who's very important to me. He's very important to the speaker since he's a speaker's son, and it's David Mayland. And David's going to come up in a moment, but I want to tell you one of the great favors that Ken Mayland did for me was introducing me to his son, who joined us as an intern when he's at the University of Pennsylvania. And we liked him so much, we brought him into our firm full-time. And David also is a person very much responsible for a lot of my intros. So if you like my intros, please let David know. But David, would you come up? Because I think you'll be able to give this introduction to this man a lot better. You have more insight than I do. So David Mayland.
Thank you, Ralph. Certainly has been a pleasure working with Ralph at Western Reserve over the past year and watching him deliver our speeches better than I ever could, at least. I'm truly honored to be up here introducing my father today at the City Club. Dr. Kenneth Mayland, or Dr. Ken as he goes by, has spent more than 30 years studying the business cycle and providing economic analyses to a variety of constituencies. He is now the top economic forecaster in the country. Now, I may be a little biased, but major reputable organizations tend to agree with me. In 2007, Dr. Ken won the Lawrence R. Klein Award for Blue Chip Economic Indicators Forecast Accuracy. This award is presented by Arizona State University for the person who has best forecasted real GDP, CPI inflation, the unemployment rate, and the 3-month Treasury bill rate over the 4-year period. In this case, it was 2003 to 2006. By design, the winner of this award must be a consistently excellent forecaster. My family had the pleasure of attending this award ceremony, which was even more special because Nobel Prize winner Dr. Klein was one of my father's PhD students, or professors at the University of Pennsylvania. Students.
You learned a lot from me.
Additionally, Business Week determined that Dr. Ken was the #1 most accurate forecaster for 2006. In November 2004, Bloomberg Magazine identified Dr. Ken as the nation's top forecaster. He has scored as second best forecaster in USA Today's forecasting panels as well. And for my personal favorite, Fortune Magazine ranked Dr. Mayland as, quote, one of the sexiest economists alive.
What happened?
Whether he is interpreting economic news or informally discussing investment ideas, Dr. Ken's thoughts are always intriguing and never dull. I've heard him return from various speeches to trade associations, boards of directors, and other groups, all of which have stated something along the lines of, if only I had you as my economics professor, I sure wish I did. As the sons of this renowned economist, not only do my brother and I have big professional shoes to fill, but academic and athletic ones as well. Dr. Mayland finished high school as valedictorian of his class of over 1,000 at a Miami public high school, and while he was there, became one of Florida's leading badminton players. Dr. Ken went on to receive his undergraduate degree in economics from MIT. He then moved to Philadelphia and received his master's and PhD from my and my mother's alma mater, the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Ken has worked at Society Bank in Philadelphia and then as chief economist of KeyBank here in Cleveland. Over the past several years, he has provided his insights to trade associations, management teams and boards of directors, and the media as president of his economic consulting firm, ClearView Economics. In his free time, Dr. Ken enjoys cooking gourmet meals, arguing over politics, watercoloring, and fly fishing out west, a passion which he has passed on to me. It is a true honor to introduce the #1 economist in the country, as well as the #1 father in the country today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Kenneth Mayland to the City Club.
I have 2 questions. Who is that guy? And why does he have to mow his own lawn this weekend? I am honored and delighted to have a chance to address the City Club Forum. It is an honor to be included with presidents, ambassadors, educators, and luminaries, many of which are pictured on the other side of this wall. I reluctantly agreed to come before you because I just didn't judge myself worthy of the type of folks that you have had address this forum in the past, and because I'm only a journeyman economist. But I'll try to live up to the City Club's mission to inform, to educate, and to inspire by presenting significant ideas. And I'm delighted to be here by having my own older son, David, who is well on the way of becoming a professional in his own right, introduce me. It is something of a career highlight, and also a Father's Day weekend gift. But David, it's only a part of the gift, okay? That's a deal. I've entitled my talk for this afternoon, Applying Basic Economics to a Complex Economy. But before I begin, I need to make sure that we are all on the same footings. The first page of any textbook on economics begins by posing the question, why is there this discipline called economics? Why do we study economics? And it's absolutely crucial that you get this. If ever I taught a course in economics, any course in economics, this question would be on the final exam, and if you didn't get it right, you would fail. We study economics because humanity, as consumers, has limitless wants, but we live in a world of limited resources. We want our cars, and we want food, and we want vacations, and we want electronic goodies, and we want health care. There is never enough. The problem is that we can't have it all. There is not enough minerals and metals and wood and labor and land to combine these items together to produce all that we want. So the essence of economics is about solving the economic problem, and that's what it's called in the textbook, the economics problem. The economy must figure out, and economists must understand how the economy figures out what it is to produce. There's multiple things that we can produce, and in what quantities. How to produce it. There are various ways of producing things. And how the products of these efforts and decisions are distributed, the for whom question. Just to amplify on that a bit, by what I mean, in terms of what do we produce? Do we produce food, or do we produce clothing? Do we produce office buildings, or do we produce baseball teams?